Tonight on Hunter.
In on your stomach.
Hurry up, man.
Your Honor, I was granted a new trial because an informant was never presented at my original trial.
The court order compelling Hunter to show up in court and identify his informant.
I can't do that.
You know who it is?
This guy Banks is who we think he is. This informant's a strong candidate for the morgue.
Sergeant, I'm ordering you to reveal the name of your informant.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You'll remain in custody until you reveal the name of your informant to this court.
Turn around and you get a new haircut. In on your stomach.
Hurry up, man. We get a lot. Let's book. SAR 29, we got a robbery in progress now. Request black and whites.
Where's Jesse?
Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Johnny! Johnny! Hit it!
For the record, Mr. Banks, tell me your current status.
I have been incarcerated for the last 7 years. Convicted of armed robbery, attempted murder, and first-degree murder of an associate of Mr. Jesse Parker. I pled to the first 2 counts. The murder conviction was the result of a jury trial.
You were in pro per in filing your writ. Do you still intend to represent yourself at your new trial?
Yes, sir.
Very well. Are you ready to proceed?
Your Honor, the district attorney's office has failed to respond to my discovery motion. I have not received all the information that I had requested.
Ms. Hubble, your office indicated it would cooperate fully.
Yes, sir. The autopsy and police reports have been forwarded. However, the ballistics report just seems to have gotten lost somewhere.
Your Honor, I was granted a new trial by the Supreme Court because an informant was never presented at my original trial. An informant who's the key to my defense.
Are you prepared to produce the informant, Ms. Hubble?
I haven't contacted the arresting officer for the name of the informant yet. No, sir.
The arresting officer was Sergeant Richard Hunter, and he is still in Central Division.
Your Honor, I do apologize to this court for the delay. However, I believe I can respond to his 1538.5 motion by the end of the month.
If I were not...
I would like to ask for a 2-week continuance at this time.
If I were not facing this retrial and the murder charge was dropped, I could have been paroled last year. However, I remain in custody, and it now appears that my rights to a speedy trial cannot be upheld. I move the case be dismissed.
Oh, your motion's proper, but a bit lenient for this court, Mr. Banks. Miss Hubble, what's the people's position on bail?
We object, Your Honor. In view of the charges pending against Mr. Banks, bail is not an alternative.
Then let's proceed with my trial.
Well, it's either dismiss or set bail. And I'm not going to dismiss this case, Mr. Banks. I'll set bail in the amount of $50,000. Court's adjourned until Friday at 1:30 p.m.
How'd you find out about this?
I got a friend who's a bailiff down in Judge Agnes's court. He said Banks put on quite a show.
You know, I hear that Hubble's a pretty good DA. It's hard to believe that some con could twist her around into a bail motion.
Yeah, well, you can bet that Banks has spent every free hour in the last 7 years in the jailhouse law library. You know, he thought he was going to get out. But the judge did a nice little turn at the end of the show, set the bail at 50 G's. Yeah, a bondsman has to be an idiot to take a risk like that.
He didn't need a bondsman. 15 minutes after Judge Osmondson rapped his gavel, an old girlfriend of Banks, Christine Sachs, mortgaged her house and came up with bail.
He's out?
He's walking the same sidewalks as you and me.
By the way, this is D.A. Hubble, Sergeant McCall.
Oh, Sergeant McCall, hi. Listen, could you round up your partner? We've got to talk.
Sure, I remember the case. What do you remember about it?
Robbery, homicide. I made Banks on the armored truck robbery. You busted Banks and his partner, Ken Ardell, in a San Pedro motel. The murder victim was Jesse Parker. He drove the getaway car. They found him stuffed in a car stolen the day after the robbery. Banks' 9mm was the murder weapon. An informant led you to that motel, right?
That's right.
Okay, Hunter, I'm telling you, that informant is material to the defense. We have to make him available for Banks to cross-examine in court.
And I've been telling this person for the last 18 minutes that I can't do that.
Hunter, and I keep telling you it's an entirely different ballgame. You don't have a choice.
Well, I think I might. Excuse me.
You know.
Where are you going?
I'll be in the usual place.
Estamos viviendo en los últimos días. Todas las señas del juramento final están alrededor.
You know my parole officer. He still thinks I work at this fat factory.
In a few more days, you can send him a postcard from Caracas. Write something nice like shove it.
You know, all the time we were in the joint, Johnny swore he didn't kill Jesse. Accused the cops of cooking up the evidence. You think he did it? He ever tell you where he hid the money?
Sure, that's why I'm living in this hole.
Yeah, well, bad times are history. So what are you guys gonna do with your cut, huh?
Get the hell out of here. I'm going out. You need anything?
No, I'm fine.
I've been waiting a long time.
For me? For the money?
Both.
want me to reveal my informant. If I do, you will be expected to show up in court.
You'll kill me.
You will have to testify and tell them everything you told me 6 years ago.
I can't do that.
Banks will cross-examine you.
I can't face him in court.
What's the matter? Is there any holes in your story?
Of course not.
Then what's the problem?
I could end up dead whether he goes to jail or not.
You came to me 6 years ago voluntarily. Our witness protection program will take care of you. We'll relocate you, change your name, give you money, we'll set you up. Hey, look, I can't control the Supreme Court, you know.
You promised me.
You promised me. It works both ways, you know. I could go to jail protecting you.
Yeah, and I could end up dead.
How long were you watching her?
Followed about a week. Back and forth to school with the kids, to the market. Once I watched her play tennis with a friend.
Come on, Carly, I just can't go into court with nothing. I need help from you people. Well, don't you have any influence over the man? Can't you order Hunter to identify his informant? Look, nobody's interested in how much you respect his integrity or whatever.
Honey, I almost
If we
lost
blow
her
this,
a couple
we're
of times
sunk.
on the freeway.
I've just had it with you people.
Jogging, and I waited ahead of her. I could see her coming.
Sergeant McCall, you talk to your partner. You tell him to cooperate, because I'll tell you this. One way or another, he's going to identify his snitch.
What's with her? What happened?
Well, I understand she's been getting a lot of flack from the DA over this case. She hit us with a court order compelling Hunter to show up in court and identify his informant.
He may show up in court, but he's not going to name his informant.
The problem is they've changed the rules after the game was over. Now they want us to replay the game under the new rules. It's crazy, but it's true. Did Hunter say anything to you about his friendly?
No, I don't know who it is. I wouldn't know him if he walked through the door.
Well, I had the Bureau send this up. It's a closed informant's file.
You know who it is?
Hunter was not exaggerating. If this guy Banks is who we think he is, this informant's a strong candidate for the morgue.
Good morning, Mr. Banks. Did you receive the ballistics report?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Very well. Proceed, Miss Hubble.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe after we've identified the informant, we can go ahead with the jury selection. However, I would like to call a short recess to give Mr. Banks time to review the latest evidence he's been given.
That will not be necessary, Your Honor.
Proceed, Miss Hubble.
Thank you. At this time, the people would like to call to the stand Sergeant Richard Hunter.
So did you talk to him?
Please state your name
Yeah.
for the record, Sergeant.
Did he listen?
He's going to do what he wants.
Sergeant Hunter, did you receive information from a reliable informant leading to the arrest and subsequent conviction of John Banks in the shooting death of Jesse Parker?
Yes, I did.
Would you please, for this court, identify the person who gave you that information?
I respectfully decline to do so at this time.
Your Honor, it would appear we've reached an impasse on this issue. There's at least 10 cases on point. People versus Real, 100 cal appellate, 3rd, 415.
I know the cases. Both of you come forward.
Your Honor, I move for a 15-minute recess.
Your Honor, we all know the issues, and the people are not prepared to proceed. This case should be dismissed.
Your Honor, I need 15 minutes to talk to Sergeant Hunter.
We've already passed that. Sergeant, I'm ordering you to reveal the name of your informant.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You know what a contempt citation means.
Yes, I do.
And you're prepared to take that risk?
Yes, I am.
I find you in contempt. Bailiff, take Sergeant Hunter into custody. And Sergeant Hunter, you'll remain in custody until you reveal the name of your informant to this court and apologize to the court. Let's not make this a lengthy one.
Then call the Criminal Courts Building, Department 12. asked to speak to a bailiff named Papalian. P-A-P-A-L-L-I-A-N. Tell him that the doctor put me on mega doses of antibiotics for my ear infection. Tell him I can't even stand up till my balance is better. I know it sounds stupid, but it's the best I could come up with on such short notice. Hubble sent the guy to Bird Dog. Man, I had to tell him something to get rid of him. All right, now, phone calls. First, call the city attorney, and don't let his girl tell you that he's out for lunch. The man hasn't left his office in 8 years for lunch. His wife packs yogurt and prunes for him every day. Maybe he'll give us a writ of habeas corpus from the appellate court ordering Hunter's release. Next, chief of police. Have him paged to whatever luncheon he's doing. Maybe he'll intercede with the DA and get Hunter out, all right? It's a long shot, but it's worth it. Speaking of which, get me the police commissioner, too. He owes me one. I filled in a foursome for him at one of those celebrity golf tournaments last month. Maybe he'll speak to the judge off the record. Who knows? If all else fails, call the Attorney General. Hell, I'm willing to fly to Sacramento this afternoon and plead the case in front of the Supreme Court.
You gonna fly with your ears in that condition?
What do you want, Hubble? I'm busy.
Subpoena. Bank's informant file. Charlie, you give me this, the judge has no reason to hold Hunter. And you can vent your blood pressure.
What makes you think I have a file on the bank's informant?
Oh, damn it, Charlie. What do you think I am, the new kid on the block? I know you got a file. Now produce it forthwith.
Now listen, that Hubble is no dummy. She had a bail grab me on the way out. I had to admit to her that I had a file on your friendly. Look, she had the subpoena.
Look, I know, Charlie. We got a lot of work to do. Let's get out of here.
Deputy.
Baby. All right.
Doing here?
Getting a little claustrophobic in my damn hotel room. Any word on the money?
He'll get it when he thinks it's safe. Everyone's watching him right now. What do you want?
We got over 500,000 stashed, and I can't even take in Vegas. I just want to feel the money. Spend it.
Johnny was inside a lot longer than you were. He's just being careful. Where is he anyway?
He's at the law library.
Cool it, Kenny.
Hey, look, almost $500,000, and I can't even afford a decent bottle of booze.
Christine, I parked your car around the corner.
That's enough, Kenny. Hey, Johnny, my man. They close the law library early?
I told you. Stay straight until we're in the clear. After that, you can drink yourself blind, and I won't care. All right? You get out of here. I got a lot of work to do tonight. Hey. Hunter's got a surveillance unit out front. What do you think of that?
He's probably got one out back, too.
Good point. So be careful.
Always. See ya.
So how'd the shopping go?
Good. What do you want?
You have to ask. I just want to pay my part.
Look, Charlie, you did what you had to do. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I still don't like it. So what's next?
Well, I think we should push on Ardell and Banks.
What about Christine? You think she'll testify?
Well, I think she's getting around to it.
Is she safe?
Charlie, let's not forget that Banks doesn't know Christine is the informant. I don't want to blow her cover. I think she's safe just the way she is.
Yeah. But tomorrow afternoon in court, Banks is going to find out who that informant was.
Hunter, you got a call on line 3.
Yeah.
Take it right there.
Yeah. Hunter. What? When did that happen? Yeah, I got it. Yeah, we're rolling on it. Yeah, thanks.
What's that?
Black and white unit discovered a dead body in a parking lot. It's Kenny Ardell.
Okay. Walter, it's all yours.
William, Commander, I show you code 6 at Paradise Motel.
Well, I'm going to hang around here till it's all wrapped up.
Roger.
Okay, Charlie. One round behind the right ear, exiting through the left eye socket. No sign of struggle. Somebody sitting next to him obviously got the jump on him.
Somebody who he knew, maybe.
Yeah.
I talked to the manager. He said Ardell checked in about 3 days ago. He heard the shot. By the time we got out to the body, there was nobody there.
You know, I think this changes Banks' situation, don't you?
Yes.
I'd like to go see him.
Jump all over him. Good. I gotta stop by the judge and get a signature before the sun comes out.
Find anything interesting?
No, this guy was definitely neat.
Well, I'm going to head back to the office. If there's anything turns up, call me, all right?
Right.
I don't want to look at you unless it's in court.
You know what that is?
Search warrant. What do you want, Hunter?
Looking for the gun that killed Kenny Ardell early this morning.
Kenny's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Mind if I come in?
Can I stop you? You're wasting my time, Hunter. I didn't shoot anyone. I didn't shoot a gun. I haven't been near a gun. You're not gonna find a gun in this house. Run your tests, Hunter. I'm clean. You think I'm that stupid? I'm not.
All right, where were you last night?
Minding my own business.
Yeah, where was that?
I went to a strip joint on La Brea.
A strip joint. What was it called?
The Cover Girl Club.
The Cover Girl Club.
Cover Girl Club.
What time were you there?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock till when?
4 o'clock.
From 9 to 4?
From 9 to 4.
In the morning?
In the morning.
You must be awfully tired.
A little.
I'm gonna check you out.
Please do. Please do. You know, I might just slap you with a harassment suit. Would you like that?
The clerk at the surplus store distinctly remembers Ardell. Said the guy was kind of loose.
Loose?
Yeah, he's got a real fondness for bourbon.
What did he buy?
A 1.5 by 2.5 foot locker.
Well, that's big enough to put $500,000 in, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. There was no sign of it at the motel.
Yeah, there's nothing in the report about it being in his car, either.
What about Banks's house?
Well, Hunter was there. He didn't mention anything about $500,000.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll go back to the motel, see what I can dig up.
All right, look, check with me as soon as you get back.
Right.
William 9, he's pulling over at Terminal 4. I gotta overshoot. He's all yours.
Thanks for the ride.
He's out of the cab. He's heading into Allied International Air Freight. I've lost him, William 8.
Honey, the music stopped.
Well, I'm not done yet.
Baby, nobody's going to pay to see what you're doing up there. Thank you. Give us some free admission tickets. Next.
Mr. Cohen.
Yeah?
I'm Sergeant Hunter, Police Department.
What, somebody's pasties fall off?
No, not that I know of. Was this fellow in here last night?
Johnny Banks. He's been in here the last couple of nights.
You know him?
Sat with me for a couple of drinks. Sure, I know him.
You're sure about that?
Come on, before he got sent up, he used to hang around here all the time. He dated one of the strippers that lived upstairs. I'm sorry, honey, but I'm looking for some originality. Christine...
Christine Sachs.
Yeah. Did a hell of a thing with a white boa.
How long was Johnny here?
Next. Oh, I'd say till closing time. Then he went upstairs and visited the girls.
Thanks.
It's okay. Listen, you like girls.
Well, when I see them, I do.
Yeah, well, we got shows 7 to 2 a.m., you know? Freebies.
Well, I appreciate it. Really?
Really? You're hired, honey. I love you. Get blonde and be here Friday at 6 o'clock.
You want me to call for backup, 9?
Negative, William 8. He's just switching cabs. Pick him up at the Sepulveda ramp.
Roger.
These bags were packed, Charlie.
How did you make out at the strip joint?
Banks' alibi checks out.
Well, I was just over at Ardell's room. All of his bags were packed, and he had a ticket to Caracas.
So they were in motion. Why kill the partner?
I don't know. Christine said that Banks was digging at him all week.
Banks didn't trust Ardell, so they killed him for his cut?
Maybe.
An unnecessary partner that knew too much.
So where does this leave Christine?
William 9, right turn westbound. I'll continue south. He's all yours.
William 8, I'm on him.
He hasn't made us yet, and looks like he's headed home. I'm gonna go set up on the house.
Do we know where the friendly is?
1 William 90, do we have the present location on the friendly?
William 8, William 9, stand by.
It's the beige stucco house around the corner.
William 9, still checking for whereabouts on your informant.
Roger, advise 1 William 156 at the primary is there now.
Roger.
Hello, officer. I hope I didn't make things too difficult for you. Big yellow cab. I told him to drive real slow. I'll be going in the house now, so you have a nice evening.
Charming.
What's the word?
I don't know.
William 9, stand by.
Stand by to stand by.
Yeah, right.
Hey, baby.
Why'd you kill Kenny?
What are you, crazy? I didn't kill anybody. I'll prove that at my trial.
I'm sick and tired of hearing about your trial.
Well, nobody asked you to kill.
Why don't you get the hell out of here?
What the hell is the matter with you?
You are, you stupid son of a...
William 8 and William 9, the friendly is apparently at the residence. You're advised to bring her in.
William 8, Roger.
Let's do it.
William 8, we got shots fired.
Where'd you get the gun?
I bought it when he got out. He just kept coming at me from the kitchen with a knife. He just kept coming.
He couldn't have known that you were the informant.
He knew. He knew everything. He said so.
Christine, this officer's going to want to take you downtown. Get your statement, all right?
Okay. There was nothing else I could do.
You're saying Banks didn't threaten Christine? She just cooked up this whole thing so she could get rid of him? And then make it look like self-defense?
That's right. I think if you look close enough, you'll find out that Sachs set Banks up with the murder of Parker about 7 years ago.
You know, that makes sense. She gets him put away for life, figuring sooner or later he's going to tell her where the money is.
If that's true, you people have to give me some hard evidence. Right now, she's got a real good case of self-defense. And I can't hold her unless you give me something I can work with. And I gotta be in court in 10 minutes.
Well, we'll talk, okay? Have lunch or something.
Yeah, sure. We're on the same team.
Why is it so hard if we're on the same team?
Where is Christine Sachs right now?
We released her after questioning.
Well, listen, if you think you can hook her, keep fishing. I'll talk to the DA, see if we can't work something out.
Right.
Rick, here's the itinerary on Banks that you wanted.
Right.
Dee Dee, this is for you. Oh, and this is the judge's signature on Christine Sachs.
Oh, yeah, I'll need that. Thanks, Bob.
Just holler if you need anything, right?
I do. Keep an eye on Christine till I get there.
You got it.
Thanks a lot.
You going over to see Christine?
Yeah, as soon as I go through this one more time.
Well, you know that stop you made at the air freight counter at LAX?
Yeah.
Guess what I just got? A statement from the clerk who was on duty. Banks was checking up on a shipment made by one Christine Sachs.
What ship?
Foot Locker to Caracas, Venezuela.
What? You know, this dovetails with the receipt that you found in Ardell's motel.
Sure does.
Well, I'll go see Christine right now.
I'm gonna check the airlines and see if Christine's booked on a flight from LA to Venezuela.
Great, I'll call you from the car. How you doing?
What are you doing here?
Can I come in?
Sure, I guess so.
Where you going?
Miami. Visit my mother for a few weeks. I need to get away.
Your mother live in Miami?
What are you talking about? Of course she lives in Miami.
Christine, I think you killed Parker 7 years ago and set Banks up for it. I think you killed Ardell. And I think you murdered Banks right here in this room in cold blood. I think you lied to me over the years, made a fool out of me, the judicial system. I'm gonna do everything I possibly can to prove that.
You're wrong. I got a cab waiting. You want to help me with these bags?
No.
This is 1 William 56. Have Sergeant McCall meet me on open tack, please.
This is McCall.
Yeah, McCall, she's loading up a taxi cab on the way to the airport.
Well, you were right. She's booked on a flight to Caracas and she's going through Miami.
Good work. Show me code 6 LAX out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to board Allied International Flight 167 to Miami. We'll be boarding today by rows, so right now, I'd like passengers with children or passengers needing assistance, as well as our first-class passengers, to begin boarding through gate 44A. Please have your boarding passes ready.
Excuse me. John Banks knew what that was, do you?
Search warrant?
Search warrant, that's correct. Would you step over here, please? Can I see your purse? Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
What are you looking for?
Want to hold that for me, please? Thank you. You know, Christine, there comes a moment in every detective's career when he has to realize he made a very, very bad judgment in character. I'm guilty of that. Just like you're guilty of murdering 3 people.
I wonder what the movie is on this flight.
You used me to set up John Banks, didn't you?
I have a plane to catch.
I know you do. And I believe I have a footlocker to look at.
You can't take that.
What are you gonna do, call the police? You have a very nice time in Caracas, Venezuela, Christine. Oh, don't forget to call your mother in Miami and take her to dinner.
Rick, we just got that package you wanted. Air Express called and we went and picked it up. It's on your desk with the bolt cutters you want.
You may want to see this, right? Hi.
Is this what I think it is?
It sure is. Ready?
All right.
Ooh, look at that.
Wow.
Yep.
You know, Christine killed 3 people, threw her whole life away just for this money.
Yep.
Wonder what she's thinking now.
Do we care?
No.